That is one big pile of shit.
You said it, Ian. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. Yeah, I mean, Merry Christmas, guys. It's a couple days after Christmas as I'm filming this. It's December 28th. So, yeah, I hope you guys had great holidays. We're still continuing the holiday break. We're going to New Year's. New Year's is approaching. Can't wait for that. I'm very excited. Love New Year's. So yeah, I hope you guys are having great holidays. I hope you had a Merry Christmas. Hope you had just a great time with your family, friends, got great gifts. Tell me in the comments what you got for Christmas. I got a couple good stuff. Got some 4Ks. That was pretty cool. Pretty neat. I'll probably do another Blu-ray video in January and show you guys all the new stuff I've got together. My collection is significantly bigger. So that's nice. I've gained like a lot of Blu-rays since like probably like around 10, which is not like the biggest thing in the world compared to a lot of other people. But for me, who doesn't have that much money, that's pretty nice. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on that. But anyway, yes, so it's about to be 2026, which is just insane to even say. I can't wait. We're getting so many new movies. I'm just freaking out, excited for that. And yeah, so I ended up watching 55 movies in the year 2025, which is absolutely insane. I saw 49 in 2024, and I saw 55 this year. So I don't know how that is even possible. 2024, in my opinion, had the better movies, and it just had bigger releases. And here, there are a lot more grounded movies, and I think I saw a lot of streaming movies and just movies nobody saw. And there's a couple movies that you guys can be like, what? What even is that? And yeah, so those movies I did end up seeing. That's probably what won me the 55 badge of movies. So I'm pretty proud of myself. I'm going to try and beat that record for 2026. I think I can because we're getting a lot more bigger and just more movies coming out in 2026. 2025, I think, was more of a just a year for movies releasing. It was for movies that like came out like in terms of being good. I think it was all right. There was like 20 or so movies, maybe 25 that I thought were actually like pretty decent, and then the rest are like mediocre to bad films. So like not the greatest. And yeah, we'll talk more about that when I do my other videos because I have two other videos I'm gonna do ranking the films. I'm going to do my top 10 best of the year, and then I'm going to rank all 55 films I saw in the year 2025. I tried to rank all 49 in 2024. I ended up not doing that for some reason, but I will try and do that this year. Hopefully, we'll see. But anyway, let's stop wasting time. Let's actually just get to the ranking of all 10 worst movies I saw in the year 2025. So coming in at 10th place for the 10th worst movie I saw in 2025 was, and this is going to shock you guys, was Paddington in Peru. I really don't want to say that, man. I was really looking forward to this movie. I'm a fan of the other two films. I like the first one. I think it's a good, fun, feel-good family movie. And the second one I think is great. I think the second one's an improvement over that one. So I was really excited for this movie. Because there's a pretty significant gap between 2 and 3. Like 2 came out in like 2018. And then this one comes out in 2025. So there's a pretty big gap. And I was just really excited for this film. And I walked out disappointed. Now, then I said it was okay. But, like, the more I've thought about it, the more I've just disliked this movie. And I think it's kind of a bad film. There's some elements I like, but it's just not that good. And a lot of people did end up liking this movie. So this is kind of a hot take. And, I mean, let me know in the comments. Like, let me know whatever film I mention this, if you like it, if you don't like it, if you disagree, or if you agree, whatever, just tell me in the comments, like, what your thoughts are on that film. If you're mad at me that I put it up there, express your feelings, just not in a mean way, and just tell me in the comments, guys. Tell me in the comments what your thoughts are. Just feel free to just express whatever you're feeling. Anyway, back to the movie. So they actually switched the directors. Like, there's the director of the first two films, then they switched him. They brought in a new director for this film. So I could just tell from the get-go that this was going to be a different, like, style of a Paddington movie. And you can definitely tell that in this film. I mean, we went from, like, a small town and all that to, like, people hunting Paddington down to a whole, like, to them in Peru. So yeah, that was pretty interesting. They also switched the cast. The mother of the family and all that in the first two films, they switched her, and I guess she just felt like she was done. She didn't need to come back, so they switched her for a new actress, and she's fine. But I think the girl who played the mother in the first two Paddington movies, she's much better, and she's just more charming. She's more of a likable character. And then this girl, she's just and like she's fine. She has no good moments or anything. She's there. Okay, yeah, whatever. Also, this movie I didn't find funny at all. I think I laughed maybe once or twice, but I kind of felt like a forced laugh. I just didn't want to walk out of a Paddington movie not laughing at all. But really, this movie I just did not find it at all. Like it just felt forced, and I just didn't find it at all. The movie is fine. It's watchable. Paddington's going on this journey. I think it's defined as brothers and sisters or something or whatever. I don't even really remember. I've seen this movie once. I'm probably never going to watch it again. And it's fine. Some days I really dislike this movie. Some days I'm like, yeah, it's fine, whatever. But the truth is, this movie really disappointed me, and I can't even say it's mediocre because this movie really pissed me off that it exists. So it's a pretty bad movie. It's not the worst thing ever compared to some of the movies on this list. This is like the best one. Like I would rather rewatch this than any of the others on this list for sure. But this ended up just being a pretty bad movie that just didn't work for me at all. So, yeah, that's why this movie's in 10th place. Next up, coming in at ninth place is going to be Love Hurts. Yeah, okay. So I have an interesting relationship with this film. So originally this came out back in February. It's like this Valentine's Day John Wick action flick starring Ke Huy Quan and Ariana DeBose. And yeah, I was really excited for this movie. I'm a big fan of action movies, so I was just really looking forward to this film. And then I heard the reviews and all that. A lot of people are saying this movie sucks, it's horrible. So then I decided not to check it out. And then I went to on a trip and all that. I forgot this movie even existed. So when I came back, I just didn't care. And then I just went months and months and months without even thinking about this movie. And then one day I was scrolling through Prime Video and I saw that it was on there, so I decided to check it out. I wish I did. This movie's really bad. The gap between Paddington in Peru and Love Hurts is actually pretty big. Paddington Peru, like I said, I go back and forth between it being bad and mediocre. And this movie was more offensive to me that exists than Love Hurts because this movie was part of a franchise that I actually really enjoy. And I have a little bit of nostalgia for. Anyway, so yeah, that movie pisses me off more, but that movie is more watchable than Love Hurts, that's for sure. Yeah, Love Hurts sucks. Ke Huy Quan, he's a good actor. I like the guy. I think he's pretty good in this movie. He didn't deliver an amazing performance or anything. I think he's a funny actor. I don't think he can come off as delivering a great performance or anything. And this is just not the type of guy to put in an action movie. I'm sorry. I don't know if that's offensive to people or anything. I'm sorry, Ke Huy Quan fans. But this guy is just not the type of guy that's fit for an action movie. You look at people like Jason Statham, who, every year he has one generic action flick that comes out, but he is just more capable of doing that. When you think of Ke Huy Quan, I think of just a nice comedy flick, and, he's just that type of guy to be in a comedy flick. I don't know, this is not a type of movie that he would, I don't know, that he would take over as the leading star. I think he's decent. He's the only person I think is actually good in this movie, but that's it. This movie also has some good kills in it. There's this straw kill that's absolutely ridiculous, but it's still funny. And you have the actor from Stranger Things as Bob. He's in this movie, so that's kind of fun. But anyway, so yeah, there's some good, John Wick level kills in this movie, so I think that was enjoyable. Action sequences are fine. This is a very low-budget, grounded film that doesn't take any bold swings or anything. It's your typical action flick. That's literally what it is. It's this guy, he used to be involved with some bad stuff, and when he's growing up, he learned all these moves. He was just involved with bad stuff going on, and then eventually he got out, and he goes to live a normal life, and then his past comes back to bite him. There are one or two other movies on this list that have the exact same premise. We'll talk about those later. But yeah, it's so generic, so typical. And yeah, so it's something you've seen 1,000 times before. Everything else in this movie sucks, though. Ariana DeBose plays a very annoying character in this film. Like, you don't even want them to get back together. You just find her annoying, and I was, not gonna lie, I was kind of hoping for her to die. And there's just nothing else. Like, the romance sucks, comedy sucks, nothing else really to talk about. Like, this movie is just a very lame movie that kind of gets annoying. The dialogue is not very good, and this movie is just a pretty bad film. Next up, coming in at 8th place, is going to be Fountain of Youth. Okay, so this was another movie I was really excited for. I thought the trailer sold as just being this, like, more futuristic Indiana Jones film with John Krasinski and Natalie Portman, and it's directed by Guy Ritchie. That sells me immediately. I'm very excited. And then you get this. This movie is just, like, trash. Like, this is a horrible movie. Like, I swear, this movie was written by AI. I'm not even joking. Like, the dialogue is so out of place. It's so generic. It is so straightforward. I can't believe, actually, a human being wrote this movie, because this movie just, it feels like it was written by AI. I don't know if it's just me. It really does. So, I will not believe that this movie was written by a human being. I will never believe that. I think it was AI. I'm telling you. And yeah, like, visually looks great. There's some great action sequences in this movie that I do enjoy, but everything else sucks. And John Krasinski and Natalie Portman, it pains me to say that they were just not good in this movie. And I love them. I think they're great actors. But it's not their fault. Whoever wrote this movie, and I'm still convinced it was written by AI, just gave everybody just bad roles in this movie. So it sucks. The premise is, I'm not generic or anything like that, but, like, it's a premise we've seen before, and you know where we've seen this from? Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides. Yeah. When I initially saw it, I didn't even realize that this was, like, the same premise as on Stranger Tides, and then I watched On Stranger Tides or rewatched or whatever, and I was like, oh yeah, they're similar. And don't get me wrong, I hate On Stranger Tides. I think it's the worst Pirates of the Caribbean movie. It's also, like, one of my least favorite movies of all time. I hate it. It's like a 0 out of 10. It's awful. Anyway, so they have very similar premises. They're both looking for the Fountain of Youth. They think that'll heal something or whatever, and it just sucks. There's a twist at the end, don't care for that. Like, this movie is just very straightforward. It feels like it was written by AI. It doesn't do any bold swings. It's just there, you know. The characters come off very annoying with what they're saying, because I'm mentioning it again. The dialogue is so bad in this movie. I'm telling you, it's written by AI. It is so awful. And that's just, like, I don't want to revisit this movie, because what everyone's just saying is so bad. So I can't even think about this movie. It's awful. There's nothing else to say. Coming in at 7th place is going to be Snow White, to no one's surprise. Yeah, this movie's absolutely horrible. Like, yeah, we can just all admit this movie sucks. And I've never seen a movie get so much hatred. Like, I was shocked. Like, it has a really low rating on IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes. And I don't even think it made over $200 million at the box office, which is just crazy compared to, like, Lilo and Stitch, which made $1 billion. So, yeah, this was a big flop for them. And they actually considered, like, canceling the live-action Tangled movie. Unfortunately, they're moving forward with that. I don't think that movie's going to be any good. I think McKenna Grace is going to be playing Rapunzel, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, doesn't matter. Yeah. And I'm actually going to take a little break here. Pepsi, you know, makes me refreshed since I'm trashing all these movies. But yeah, Snow White is an absolute abomination of a film. There is a redeeming factor, though. Like, I think Rachel Zegler is really good in this movie. Like, her voice is absolutely amazing. Whenever she sings, she just has a great voice. Like, I just love her voice. And overall, I think she fits the role perfectly, and I believe that she does not deserve any of the hate that she gets for this role. Like, everyone trashes on her for this role. I think she's great in the role of Snow White. Unfortunately, it takes more than Rachel Zegler to save this movie. Like, she's trying all that she can to save this film, but unfortunately, she needs more help. And this movie doesn't provide that for her, so she's the only thing that I actually kind of liking about this film. Everything else sucks. Gal Gadot, horrible in this movie. I do think Gal Gadot is a decent actress. I think she's great in the Wonder Woman role. Everything else she does, not that great. In this movie, she's horrible, and the dialogue written for her is just trash. So, unfortunately, I just came out not liking what she was doing. I think everyone was just trashing on her. Whenever she says something, it just comes out very awkward or just like out of place. Like, I can't believe a human being would actually say any of the stuff she says. So it's half Gal Gadot's fault for just her terrible acting, but also like what was like written for her script is just so bad. So yeah, the CGI for like the animals and stuff is fine, but like the dwarfs, oh my gosh, it's terrible. Man, it is so bad. Like originally they're gonna use the actual actors to be the dwarves, like they wouldn't use any CGI, it's just actual humans, which I wish they did. Unfortunately, they decided to go the CGI route, and that led to this. So yeah, they look terrible. And the songs that are like sung by the dwarves or Gal Gadot's character, it's so bad. It's just a horrible movie. I don't even want to talk about it anymore. Next up, coming in at sixth place, is going to be Fear Street Prom Queen. I really don't want to talk about this movie. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the Fear Street trilogy back in 2021. I think that's just a fun trilogy. Like, if you're in the mood for just like a fun movie that delivers some good kills and all that, you're not gonna like cry or like be super like, yeah, you're not gonna cry or get angry or anything like that or show any emotions. You're just gonna have a good time. Like, you may be happy and just have a blast with these movies. So I really enjoyed that trilogy. So I was really looking forward to this movie because it's a new spin-off movie in the world of Fear Street. Can't wait. But this movie just ends up being a horrible piece of crap. Like, initially, when I saw it, I did end up liking this movie. I think I gave it like a 7 out of 10, which is insane. I wish I could delete that review of mine, because, yeah, just to mention, I have reviews for all these movies up and running on my channel, so if you want to, like, hear my more in-depth thoughts of the film, go check that out. I don't know if I already explained that or not, but yeah, go check it out. Anyway. So yeah, when I did my review and all that and I watched it, I really enjoyed it. And I think for one reason, I think that it was just because of the kills and all that, and just because it's a whodunit slasher. Because I love whodunit slasher movies, you guys know this. And the kills were great in this movie. I think the kills were really creative, the kills were really cool, and they were like brutal, gory kills in this movie. This is the most brutal Fear Street movie for sure with the kills. Kills are great. I do like the 80s vibe that it gives off. Kind of reminds me of Stranger Things, my favorite show, and like, it kind of reminds me of that, and, like, the look of the 80s was just done really well. Everything else is terrible. I mean, the soundtrack was actually pretty good, too, but everything else is horrible. Like, this movie is just a generic whodunit slasher film. This movie is like Halloween Resurrection, because Halloween Resurrection has nothing to do with the Halloween franchise at all. In terms of, like, the first 15 minutes, horrible. Sorry. And then the rest of the film, sorry about that. The rest of the film has just nothing to do with the Halloween franchise, and that's the same thing with Prom Queen. Other than mentioning the second film, the 1978 one, with like the camp and all that, other than a mention of that, and they live in Shadyside, so they just talk about that, it has nothing to do with the Fear Street franchise. Like, this movie they could just delete the Fear Street name, and it's just this random prom queen film that either people would love or hate, whatever. That's what they could have done. That's what they should have done. Why do you have to get us all excited for this brand new Fear Street film, and then it just ends up being this generic slasher film that has absolutely nothing to do with the franchise? Like, why would you do that? Why would you get us excited and then destroy us like that? So, that pisses me off. Yeah, the dialogue is absolutely horrible. Like, this is another movie where I'm convinced AI wrote this film. Like, I cannot believe actual human beings would say this stuff. And it's true. Like, no human being would actually say any of the stuff that the characters say in this movie. Trust me, no one would. So, it's so bad. I hate it. The dialogue is so bad. It's like Fountain of Youth. Like, lately, some of these movies feel like they are actually written by AI. It's so bad. Sorry, Pepsi break. Delicious. Refreshing. Not delicious. Well, could be. love Pepsi, you know? Anyway, Prom Queen, yeah, it's just horrible. Dialogue's horrible. Characters are super bad. Like, it's because the dialogue, the characters, just when they say stuff, it sounds like a human being would actually never say that. So, yeah, like, they say the most awkward and, like, just, they don't even act like they're actually in it. Like, they don't actually. Sorry, I cannot speak today. I'm sorry. They don't act like they're actually real human beings. So, pretty odd. And we get like goofy scenes like this in the film. Next up, coming in at fifth place, is going to be Another Simple Favor. So this is another film. When I initially saw it, I thought it was a good movie. I liked it for some strange reason. I don't know what planet I was living on. So yeah, I liked it, it was good and whatever crap. Then now that I think about the movie, I absolutely hate it, and I can't believe I liked it. And this is another time where I just want to delete that review because I don't want people watching it and thinking I actually liked this crap, because it's a horrible piece of crap. I hate this movie so bad. I'm gonna start to sweat talking about this movie because I'm getting so mad, getting ready to fight. Anyway. So, like, there is probably no redeeming factor other than Blake Lively. I think Blake Lively is really good in this movie. Other than her, there's nothing. There is nothing in this movie that is even remotely interesting. The movie is just a generic mystery film. It's just a generic whodunit, like not even a really slasher, but like just a generic whodunit film. And what I love about that first movie, I don't love the first film. I think it's a really good movie, though. It's really cool. It has like this really distinct style to it that's like a big Mother's Day. Like, if you have a mother, watch this movie with her. She's gonna love this movie, because I don't know. This is just a great Mother's Day movie to watch. It has a really cool style to it, and it's more of like a kidnapping movie kind of. Like trying to solve like who kidnapped this person, when it's like, and then it slowly gets revealed what's actually going on. Where's Blake Lively's character? That's just really cool. This movie, again, it's just a generic whodunit movie. So, yeah, it definitely destroys that. And yeah, like I said, Blake Lively is the only thing that's good in this movie. Everything else sucks. Anna Kendrick is not good in this movie at all. I love Anna Kendrick in that first movie. I mean, she's overall just a great actress. Like, I love her. And in the first movie, she was really, like, funny. She was a funny character. She was charming. She's just, like, this mom that's a really good mom. And she has, like, this little YouTube channel of, like, telling other moms what to do and how to, like, control your kid and, like, baking and all that. Like, she's just a really helpful person. And then you have Blake Lively, who's not a good mom. And then eventually leaves one day, and they're trying to figure out what happened to her. And it's just really cool. In this movie, Anna Kendrick plays a very annoying character, where Blake Lively's just playing a more similar character. Like, she's just really cool, she's awesome. And then Blake Lively is, like, she just comes off, like, very annoying and kind of obnoxious. Like, she's, like, trying to prove to Blake Lively's character that she's, like, cool, she's awesome, she's not scared. And it just doesn't work. She just comes off, like, pretty annoying and all that. And I just miss when she was, like, just this nice, charming, funny mom. So that was just ruined. So Anna Kendrick, just comes off really annoying in this film. All the other characters, whatever. The kills are fine. The reveal is absolutely terrible. Like, it's just the weirdest thing ever. And visually, we get the most off-put scene I've ever seen in my life. Like, this is the most, like, visually this scene looks horrible. It's the scene where the killers are revealed, blah, blah, blah. And then one of the characters shoots the killer, which revealed that it's the aunt or whatever. And then she falls off the cliff and dies. But it, like, zooms out. And it looks like, I can't find the scene to show you guys, but it looks like she's like a pebble or something, and she's rolling down the cliff. So her hands are, like, up high, her legs are, like, straight as well, and she's just, like, going like that the entire way down. Like, she's not, like, falling and it's like a gory scene or whatever. No, she's like this the entire time, like, straight. Like, she's just, like, full everything, like, just straight up, and then she's just rolling down the cliff just like this the entire time. So she kind of looks like a pebble rolling down the cliff. It's so bad. Like, I don't know if they intentionally did that, but it visually it just looks horrible. I can't believe I actually, like, watched that. Take another Pepsi break. Anyway, so, yeah, visually looks terrible. I urge you to watch that movie and tell me that that's not the worst looking scene you've ever seen in your life, because I don't know what happened there, but, like, it looks so bad. Anyway, next up, coming in at fourth place, is going to be The Electric State. This is another movie that had so much potential to be great. I mean, you have the Russos directing, who, they're great directors. I mean, outside of the MCU, like, everyone says they're not that great, which is true. They did a movie called Cherry, which released back in, like, 2021, starring Tom Holland. I haven't seen it. I heard it wasn't that good. And then they did The Gray Man in 2022, which is a movie I personally really enjoyed. I thought that movie was awesome. And since then, they didn't really make a movie and all that. And of course, they did, like, the 2 Captain America films and the 2 Avengers movies, which are just absolutely incredible. And then they did this, The Electric State. It sucks. So yeah, the Russos were directing it, had so much potential, and the cast was super stacked. I mean, you have Millie Bobby Brown, Chris Pratt, Anthony Mackie, Woody Harrelson, Ke Huy Quan, and, like, so much more. Like, I could go on forever. Like, this cast was so stacked. And visually, also, the film looks great. I mean, visually, the film looked really, really cool. The design of the robots is terrible, but visually, for, like, the robots and the whole film, it looks great. And I think Millie Bobby Brown was really good in this movie. I thought, like, she delivers a good performance in this film. She's just really focused on finding her brother or whatever, and yeah, so I thought that she was really, really good in this movie. Everybody else, though, sucks. Like, it wasn't their fault, all right? It wasn't their fault. It wasn't Chris Pratt's fault that he wasn't very good. It was the dialogue. The dialogue, and once again, like, it's always the dialogue, I swear. The dialogue was horrible in this movie. The comedy sucks. This movie just felt really generic and just a really stupid film. So I just ended up really hating this movie. And yeah, like, Netflix was not having a great year this year. Like, they put out Fear Street Prom Queen. There's another movie I'm about to talk about in a sec here. I cannot talk. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm just very tired, guys. That's just, you're probably wondering, this guy cannot speak English. I think you're right. I think you are. So yeah, anyway, Electric State, just a really bad film, and I just don't watch the movie. I've seen some people defending this movie, and it kind of drives me crazy, but hey, have your own opinion. Next up, coming in at third place, is going to be Back in Action. So if you guys don't know what this is a generic, straightforward action flick that released back in January, and it stars Jamie Foxx and Cameron Diaz. We already talked about Love Hurts. They're the same premise. I mean, you have these 2 parents that worked for the CIA. I think they're, like, operatives or something. And then eventually something goes wrong. They get off the grid. They just go quiet and they start a family. And then eventually their past comes back to bite them. Didn't we just talk about a movie like this? Love Hurts, right? Yes. We talked about the same thing. It really annoys me that action movies like Mission Impossible is doing great. Because they always, each individual film has another great premise that's going to hook you in. And then you look at crap like these movies that have the same premise over and over. Pisses me off. It actually pisses me off. I'm done with this, like, these action movies that can't come up with something new. Is it that hard to actually get a good story going, huh? Is it? And yeah, this movie ends up just horrible. Like, the action sequences are fine in this movie, but everything else sucks. The dialogue is just horrible in this movie. Sorry, I cannot talk. The performances from Jamie Foxx and Cameron Diaz, just not good. Like, it pains me to say that because I love Jamie Foxx and Cameron Diaz, but they end up just sucking in this movie. The comedy sucks. The kids come off just annoying. So, yeah, this movie is just really bad. This is just a really, really bad movie. Um, and it just drives me crazy thinking about this movie. I can't believe this movie exists. Also, like, the CGI is terrible. Like, there's this plane sequence where, like, it crashes or whatever. The green screen there is just so noticeable. It's so bad. It's so bad. Next up, coming in second place is none other, and this is going to piss you guys off. It is Happy Gilmore 2. I can't believe I'm saying this, that it's going to piss you guys off, but it turns out a lot of people ended up liking this movie. I have no idea why. This movie's horrible, and I could tell from the get-go, when they released the first trailer for this movie, I could tell that it's going to suck. And I'm just one of those people that I think Adam Sandler is done. He needs to stop, all right? He needs to stop. Just like Eddie Murphy, they were funny back in the day, and I love Happy Gilmore. That's one of my all-time favorite comedy classics. But him, Eddie Murphy, and a bunch of other, like, older comedians, like, they're not funny anymore. I'm sorry. They were funny at one point when they were big hits and all that, but now all their movies that are coming out just suck. Happy Gilmore 2 is one of those. This movie's awful. I can't believe I said this movie. Like, my dad, he's a big fan of the original as well. He watched the first 10 minutes of this movie, and then he, like, called me and said, hey, I started Happy Gilmore 2. It was so bad I had to turn it off after the first 10 minutes. I was like, yeah, I watched through the whole thing. It was a big chore to do. I would rather clean the entire house than actually sit through this movie again. So bad. So horrible. Piece of crap. And I'm just sorry, but like Adam Sandler is just not funny anymore. I just don't get why people find him funny. He is not funny anymore. So it's not just him. Like everyone else in this movie is horrible. The comedy, what we come for these Adam Sandler movies, that's what we come to see. It sucks. The comedy's horrible. The dialogue is terrible. The ending is weird. Like there's these like weird like chainsaw guys, and like they have like these their own theme in like the final golf tournament. It's so ridiculous and dumb. And I'm sorry if it was like intended to be stupid, but no. The first 10 minutes it goes in a weird direction by killing off his wife and making Happy an alcoholic. What? What? Why would they do that? Like, I could tell this movie was going to be trouble after they killed off his wife, and we just see Happy being a alcoholic. So, anyway, I don't want to talk about this movie anymore. It's just awful. But ladies and gentlemen, the worst movie of the year, 2025.
The Cookie.
That is one big pile of shit.
Absolute dog crap film that won the award for being the absolute worst movie of 2025 is none other than The Pickup. Yes. So, a lot of people aren't going to know what this movie is. It's basically a direct-to-streaming video film starring Eddie Murphy and Pete Davidson, and they're basically playing these truck drivers who are, like, transporting money or whatever to this other facility, and eventually they get taken hostage by this heist crew and are forced to join them in a heist that they're about to commit to steal the money. I mean, it's a very generic premise, but it's just done horribly. The acting in this movie is terrible. Pete Davidson is just a guy who wants to be funny. He does have those few films that he's hilarious, all right? I enjoy him in some stuff. I don't hate Pete Davidson. I think he's a good actor. He's funny in some movies. This is not one of them. He is trying so hard to be funny and trying to save this film. He cannot do it. I laughed once in this movie. There was one funny scene, and it was actually Eddie Murphy that got me to laugh. And Eddie Murphy is just, like, sleepwalking through this whole thing. Like, he's playing, like, he's being so serious, it looks like he's, like, about to fall asleep. Like, he does not want to be here, you can tell. And it really feels like him in Beverly Hills Cop 3, where he's, like, playing this more serious guy, which it just doesn't work. Eddie Murphy's supposed to be funny, and he's just not funny in this movie. Like, there's a couple scenes where he was, and that's when I did laugh. But if he was funny through the entire thing, I think maybe I could have laughed more, but whatever. Again, the movie's super generic. It's a movie you've seen 1,000 times before. It's nothing you should ever consider checking out. Heist, chase sequences or whatever, action sequences, blah, 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 they suck. There's nothing really else to say. And also, Keke Palmer's in this movie. She plays the most insufferable character I've ever seen in my life. Like, she is the one who kidnaps them and is forcing them to go on this this heist. And there's moments where she's like trying to be emotional, so she's like, "My dad died. It's not my fault that I'm kidnapping you guys and forcing you to do this heist. It's not my fault." I'm just like, "Girl, what? How does that connect with you forcing these guys to commit this heist? What?" It really doesn't make sense at all. And she's so annoying. Like, she keeps trying to prove to them that it's not my fault that I'm forcing you to commit this heist. It's not my fault that I'm holding you at gunpoint. It's not. It really makes me upset that, like, she's trying to do that. She just plays a really annoying character. And I was hoping that she'd get killed off from the beginning of the film. The first time she walked on screen, I was hoping she'd die. Unfortunately, she ends up living at the end, so that was a shame. Anyway, guys, that is my ranking of the 10 worst movies of 2025. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe, and comment down below the 10 worst movies that you saw in the year 2025. And yeah, I'll see you guys back from my top 10 best of the year. And yeah, so have a good one.